start doing fruit collections. It's like a sim, well, it's not just fruit, it's wine collections and all that kind of thing. You start dealing with small French villages. This is the kind of thing you just come to expect as a matter of course, really. So there's no weight limits, and they're usually pretty good at putting weight limits on stuff you can't get through, so just go for it. I'm not going under the bridge either. The 3.8 metre bridge previously mentioned, I'm not going to go under that because I had a look at it on Google Street View and I didn't fancy it. So it's a proper arch bridge in on a big left-hand bend. So I thought, no, that's not for me. This being one of the highest trailers we've got. So there you go. Just making my way through it. You can see this is okay for trucks, because if you look on the road, you can see tyre marks left by trucks that have been through here previously. So pretty much every truck that's been down there has turned left and right there where I've just done it. So I'm still confident that none of this is a problem. It's Monday morning. It's bank holiday in the UK, but it's not in France. So in about an hour, I'm going to go round and load. There's a lot of apples which run at about +5, +4, +3. They'll tell me when I get there what they want them at. A lot of people run apples at +3, but whatever they say goes, sort of thing at the loading point. So I need to pre-chill my fridge. It's quite a warm day here, but it's good practice to pre-warm or pre-chill your fridge, which means run the fridge before you arrive at your loading point when it's empty to get it to the required temperature. It takes all the residual cold out or all the residual warmth out of the fridge. It's a warm or cold load, especially when it's frozen, which obviously this isn't going to be, but it's very good practice when it's a frozen load. But even on a chill load on a hot day, it's good practice to pre-chill your fridge. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is a carrier, quite common. I'm not going to switch it on just because it'll start and then you won't be able to hear me. But I'll run through it and then I'll show you me switching it on once I've run through it all. When I switch it on, you'll get two temperatures come up. You'll get a temperature there and a temperature there. That temperature is the point at which the fridge is set now. And that temperature is the actual temperature inside the fridge now. So I know this fridge is set at +20 because I've had it set at +20. So when it switches on and it sorts itself out, I'll scroll down using that button until that temperature reaches +5. And then, really, really important, once I've set it at +5, I've got to load that temperature into the fridge by pressing that equals button there. If I don't, that temperature will flash at +5 for a few seconds and then it'll go back to its original set point, which is +20. And the fridge will start and it won't be at +5, it'll be at +20. And people have ruined loads like that. It's really, really common. It's such a simple thing not to load the temperature in, but you've got to do it. So, switch it on. And give it a few seconds. There we go. I didn't think it was going to come on then. And it goes through all its own testing process and there we go. Right. So scroll that down to +5. You see as it's flashing now? If I just left that, that goes back to +20. Yeah, and it's telling me there, it's beeping now. Some of them don't do that even. Yeah, alright. Some of them don't even do that. So, there you go. It was beeping then to tell me that the set point hasn't changed. So there you go. Now that's input into the fridge. The fridge will now start. Set at +5, it's now +10 in there. So, let it set to work on that and give that about an hour. it'll go down in less than an hour. It'll do that in no time. It's only a 5-degree difference, but the beeping signifies it's going to start. It's started, so that'll set to work on that temperature, and it'll say in about an hour I'll run round and see what these have got to say for themselves. Bonjour again. I've been to the supermarket, got myself a very 80s carrier bag, mainly because I broke my phone charger this morning. It was a bit of a disaster because filming and uploading and Facebooking, as well as phoning on your phone, hammers the battery and will last a couple of hours. I've got time to do this because I've arrived at my collection at the allotted time, and it was, oh no miss you, that ain't ready. We'll park over there for 4 hours and we'll come and find you. So, and that's just part of the course really. Again, doing fruit collections, stuff's never ready, really. Unless, well, it's very rare, let's put it that way, that it's ready early on. Unless it's a load from the day before, it's usually loads in the afternoon. So, that's what's happening to me today, but not to worry. Get this on, get the other collection on, and then I won't make tonight's boat now. I'd be amazed if I make tonight's boat now, but it'll give me a steady run up and make tomorrow's. So, bit of a walk through rural France. Never goes amiss, I suppose. Okay, so 5 hours later, they finally called me over to load. I'm not doing another collection either. It's all loading out of here now because they've held me up for so long and filmed me here. So, this is a twin deck fridge. Those are the twin deck bars. They need to be slightly lower than the roof. The way fridge trailers work is you get the air comes out of the front, it goes over the top of the load, hits the back doors, comes down the back doors and comes down underneath all the pallets. So, because of that, you need a double, if you've got a double deck trailer, they're not common, but they are about. So if you've got a double deck trailer, you can't have double deck bars right up against the roof because it spoils the airflow, and the stuff at the back of the trailer will be a lot warmer than the stuff at the front. So if you've got a double deck trailer, you guys don't have the notches. Right, a couple of other things to remember about fruit. Pallets like this, they're open, you can see the fruit, they're not mine. They need to be covered. The first 6 pallets in your fridge, if the pallets are open like that, need to be covered with cardboard. Just laying cardboard flat over the top of the pallets will do. Most pack houses will have cardboard for you to do that. If for some weird reason they won't let you, the fact that they won't let you needs to be written on your CMR before you leave. Because the cold air coming out of the fridge burns the skin of the fruit. The first 6 pallets of opened boxes like that must always be covered. Mine are okay, because mine are actually in boxes. But if they weren't, the first 6 would be covered. After that it's fine. But just with the cold blast coming out of the fridge, it burns the skin of the fruit. So I'm very slowly getting loaded here. Okay. Sorry this keeps cutting in and out as well. It's because I don't want to film it while he's here, because he keeps trying to get in on it. I tried doing a bit when he was loading me and he keeps stopping and asking me what I'm doing, and he thinks I'm a bit weird, but there you go. Never mind. Sure I'll get over it. Anyway, the other key thing, really important thing about loading any fruit is coming back. I'll come back to you. Right, out of there now. Easier to talk out of there. He was, yeah, he was a very special fella, he was. Really friendly, but yeah, he was unique. Anyway, yes, as I was saying, the critical part about loading fruit, a critical part about loading anything, really, is talk about fruit, but talking about stuff in fridges in general now, is that the goods must be at temperature before they're loaded. So it's no good putting a load of apples in that are at 15 degrees, because your fridge will not cool them down. it sounds really stupid, but fridge trailers will only keep stuff. They will only maintain a temperature. They will not change the temperature of your goods. They will either keep it or ruin it. They won't do anything in between. So it's critical that the fruit, or whatever you're loading really, but fruit in this case, is at temperature before it goes in the fridge. Otherwise, it's, well, it ain't going to be good when you get the other end, especially if they control the temperature. They probe them or something and they're warm, because it's all going to be your fault. The other thing as well I've done is I set my fridge, I pre-chilled my fridge to +5. Now on the paperwork they've written the temperature as +4. Now it's only 1 degree, but I've changed the fridge so it's at the temperature that they've specified. That 1 degree, if I get to the other end and there's an issue with the temperature of this stuff, that 1 degree will cause all sorts of problems, because they'll be able to go back into the fridge and see what temperature I've set it at, and then that will become all my fault. 1 degree makes no difference in the grand scheme of things, but believe me, if there's a problem with the temperature of the goods when you get to the other end, that 1 degree is going to take a lot of explaining. So just change the temperature of the fridge, it takes 2 seconds. So anyway, I am loaded. As I said, no second collection, because they had me there, well, they've had me there all day pretty much. They've put a different load on me, so somebody else is going to do the 2 collections, and I've just done the 1 full load out of there. So I am now heading back up towards Calais. I'm going to be at Calais tonight. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon now, but I'm going to be at Calais tonight and split a break on tomorrow morning's boat, and then I don't know what I'm doing then. Maybe running up, tipping in the north of England, maybe doing a changeover, maybe going somewhere exciting. Who knows? Suppose we'll find out. Just coming up through Towers now, heading back up towards Calais for the morning boat, as I suspected. To those of you that know, yes, I know as well. And if you don't get that, don't worry about it. It's now 10 to midnight, and I'm just going into the AS24 at Seas. It's a new AS24 set this at Seas, at the bottom of the A88, where the A88 meets the A28 at Seas. And I'm going to fill up my AdBlue and put some cherry in the trailer, and then push on up to Calais and start a break boat goes at 8:30 in the morning local time, so shouldn't be too bad. They do all three here as well. They do, obviously they do diesel, but they do add blue and they do red for the trailer. As I say, red in France is known as GNR. It's a gazole non-routier it stands for, but GNR is red diesel, which we use for the trailers. So yeah, find my diesel cards then. Yeah, go and fill this up and then, like I say, push on up to Calais. Just coming down the Calais ring road now. It is 1:10 in the morning, and I've got about 15 minutes left, so I should just make it into the port, hopefully, all being well. And that's going to be about it for this one. There's no point in filming Calais again, so problem at the minute is, as I've said before, just doing a lot of Spain. So all we seem to do when we come off the boat is turn right. Well, as soon as you give me something where I can come off the boat and turn left, I'll do another one.